It's Monday on ChoreoChaos, and Katy is back! Woo! It is the week of best and worst dates on ChoreoChaos. We're going to tell you our horror stories and our aw stories. So, yeah, that's happening right now. I'm gonna start with my worst date just to get it out of the way. It was when I was dating this guy Jeremy my junior year of high school. We'd been together at this point about a month, I think. I get to his house and I'm like expecting that we're gonna like sit around and talk, or maybe he'll take me around his neighborhood and we'll talk and get to know each other because we didn't know each other very well at this point. The way the high school system is set up in the school district I went to high school in is high school is 9th and 10th grade, and then senior high is 11th to 12th grade. We went to different high schools, so we didn't even go to the same school until the 11th grade. So I just met him a few months before we started going out, so I didn't know him, like, at all. So I get to his house, and he asked if I wanted to play Madden NFL with him. Now, I was in the marching band in high school, and I went to every stinking football game that we played at. It was a lot of football games, and I still don't really have any idea whatsoever how to play football. So I watched him play Madden NFL for a while. And then we went to dinner. Neither one of us drove at this point, so it was me, him, and his mom at dinner. Now, to be fair, I actually really liked his mom. His mom was fabulous. I just, first time I'm hanging out at his house, I really kind of don't want to interact with his mom as much as we did because I was there for him. So after dinner we go back to his house and we start watching Prince Caspian in the living room. I'm making this channel friendly, right? How do I put this politely? How do I put this politely? Maybe I can whisper it. Does it count if I whisper it? I'm gonna whisper it. So we're watching Prince Caspian together on the sofa in his living room. The first time I'm ever at his house, and I barely know him, and I have my head in his lap, and he gets about her with my head in his lap. It was pretty much the most awkward thing that had ever happened to me up until that point. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's still the most awkward thing that has ever happened to me. So the whole thing was just really uncomfortable for me, and that made me sad because at first, like when this happened, I really liked him. He came off as this really sweet guy, and I wanted to get to know him better, and it just didn't happen. So that was the worst date I ever had. But now we get to talk about the best date I ever had. Best date I've ever been on was with the amazing, amazing person that I'm dating right now, actually. He was home from school for his spring break, and that whole week we took a lot of late night walks together because that was pretty much the only time we could see each other since I was still in school at that point. My spring break was the next week. We walked down to the park by his house, and he took out his phone and he started showing me this cool app he got where you point it at the sky and it shows you directly where you're pointing what constellations are right there. It's the coolest thing. So we're messing with this app and he's like, no, woo, all this stuff, and this is where this is. And then he starts telling me about all the stuff he was learning in his celestial navigation class and how he used, and how sailors use those to find their way at sea with the stars. And it was so cool to hear him get so passionate about what he was talking about. You could just tell that this was the coolest thing he's ever learned. And it was just really nice being led into his world a little bit. And sweetie, I know you're watching this, so hi. You're really cute, and thank you for doing that with me. It meant a lot. That's all I've got to say today. Leave us comments about your crazy dating experiences, the bad ones, the good ones, just anything at all, anything noteworthy. We want to hear about it. Emily, I will see you on Wednesday.